you are using Stim shot wrongly. Stim shot is an equipment that increases health regeneration and movement speed for a short duration. How short of a duration? When we use Stim shot, the initial animation lasts for 1 second, where we bring the Stim shot out for pocket and inject it. And during this time, we cannot ADS or sprint, but we can hip fire, which is a demerit as we cannot use Stim shot out in the open, as only hip firing will get us killed even in 10 meters range. And since we cannot sprint, the slow movement speed will make us an easy target for enemies. While using Stim shot is best done behind cover or inside a hardpoint, where we can still hip fire to get kills, and Stim shot favors weapons with good hip fire spread, like Mag 10 or Fennec. And the Stim shot animation continues for a total of 2 seconds until we drop the Stim shot. So during this entire time, we cannot ADS and we can only walk and only hip fire. Once that is done, for next 2 seconds we get mobility buff, where movement speed is faster by 20% and ADS movement is faster by 30%. It is kind of a big deal as the fastest base movement speed achievable in this game is 7.24 meters per second by all melee weapons. Stim shot makes us 8.69 meters per second, which is absurdly fast and impossible to track in close range, which does make melee more overpowered, as it is very easy to close gaps between us versus enemies and also rush with SMGs or aggressive assault rifles. But it still isn't broken as the duration is only of 2 seconds and then we go back to normal speed. While Stim shot is amazing for hip fire and close range weapons like shotgun, melee or SMGs, as the momentary boost in movement can make us a hard target to aim at and help dodge bullets, while we can aim at the enemy and get an easy kill on them. Otherwise, it isn't that useful on slower mobility weapons like LMGs and even the slower mobility assault rifles, as even with mobility buffs our movement speed isn't fast enough. But the mobility buff has tons of utility, from being really overpowered inside of close spaces like hardpoint, or speed boosting at the start of the round, or rushing strategic locations on the map, or changing our position quickly in search and destroy, or trying to gain back our previous position in respawn modes when we die. I will cover more on this later. And now is a good time to leave a like and comment something nice to help support the video. After the initial animation, we get health benefits for 3 seconds, and each second we regenerate 25 HP. And this may not seem that useful, but if we are 1 shot away from death, then we go from being 1 shot to full health in 2.13 seconds, which is really fast, as if we take cover behind a head glitch, then we can prone and Stim to regen health and quickly challenge the gunfight again. Very useful in head glitch versus head glitch situations when using assault rifles, or if you're near an object, then we can Stim behind cover, wait for 2 seconds and then slide out and challenge again, making this health regeneration really useful for both passive and aggressive playstyles. And the health regeneration from Stim shot is faster than quick fix or fast recover, and we can stack these 2 perks along with Stim shot to have insanely fast health regeneration and help us survive in clutch situations, and maybe even help drop nukes. Coming back, in terms of utility, Stim shot favors aggressive players more, as it is helpful in rushing, and the faster health regeneration helps when taking multiple gunfights in quick succession, and very useful for entry fraggers who break into the hardpoint, get 2 kills and then use Stim shot and rush to intercept the enemies again. It can also be used before entering the hardpoint, as the faster mobility and health boost will help clutch up some gunfights, but it can also help passive players, especially if the enemy is rushing at them or coming in groups of 3, where we can usually take out 2 enemies but die to the 3rd one. With Stim shot we can potentially kill all 3 of these enemies. In terms of game mode, Stim shot really sucks for respawn, as it uses up the same slot as trophy system, and trophy is really important for respawn. Otherwise, people tend to use smokes or concussion in this slot, which are also important utilities, making us not be able to use the Stim shot. But Stim shot is really useful in search and destroy, not only for rushing at the start of the round, but also to change positions, which can help clutch some rounds. But it also has the demerit of not being able to use concussion nade, which robs us of a free kill, while using Stim shot is completely based on your playstyle. Not all playstyles will suit using it, but if you have confidence in your aim and tend to rush and play aggressively, then using Stim shot will greatly favor your playstyle. But Stim shot also has a problem. When we use it, we get slow mobility for 2 seconds due to the walking animation. For this, we can use Gung Ho perk, which maintains the normal movement speed, but it also takes up the same slot as toughness or quick fix, making Gung Ho not the optimal choice for most situations. Why I suggest forming a habit of using Stim shot in cover, where the slow mobility won't matter too much. For more analysis and best guns with builds, you can join our Discord server. For some practical ways to make optimal use of Stim shot, do this. Use light fade, Gung Ho perk and a melee weapon of your choice, and Stim shot to achieve the maximum movement speed at the start of the round, which will help speed boost the fastest, and it is the best way to speed boost right now. If you died in respawn and and want to get back to your previous position quickly, then use Tough Perk and Stim Shot, and you will get the mobility buff 2 times one after another. Also can use Lightweight and Gung Ho perk for achieving max mobility. Stim Shot can also be used for the speed up after kill perk, but I did not find it that useful. Stim Shot is a one-time utility, but use Restock perk to keep getting a Stim Shot every 20 seconds. It is very useful in respawn modes. But if you don't want to wait, then you can use the Tactician perk to get 2 Stim Shots at the start of the round. For fastest health regeneration, use Stim Shot with Quick Fix and Fast Recover. If we get a kill and then use Stim Shot, then we go back to full health instantly. Fast Recovery isn't necessary as we can use the slot for Flak Jacket or Lightweight, but Quick Fix really helps and I recommend using it over Gung Ho perk. Stim Shot can also be used with Skulker to improve ADS movement and walking speed. And if you see enemies abusing Stim Shot, then you can use Shrapnel perk with either Thermite or Contact Nade, and it will delay the enemy health regeneration. The Wounding perk can also be used for this utility. My perk recommendation is to use Lightweight and Gung Ho only to maximize the movement speed. Otherwise, I personally use Restock and Quick Fix for respawn. To know if Dingo is a good gun to use this season or not, watch this analysis, and until next time.